Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. I got a lot that I want to share with you all today. Starting off with Walmart just ended this for the holidays. And here's everything that you need to know about the recent changes coming to a Walmart near you across the country. Thousands and thousands of stores affecting all the shoppers, all the customers that they're collecting data on. And a video that my wife, Michelle, Squirrel Tribe, put up recently, earlier today. This is not good news. Pay attention, Christmas wrecked, serious damage, must watch before you go to the grocery store. And honestly, I got to tell you guys, after watching this video, it really struck a chord with me and resonated. It hit home. And, I have to agree with everything that she says, especially about how Christmas has changed this year compared to last year compared to the year before that, and already projecting and predicting, forecasting what the future may hold for Christmas 2024. It's gonna be rather interesting, especially with some of the things that are happening right now with Walmart and its competitors. Walmart is leading the charge, and they set examples for others to then almost copy or mimic or try to imitate, which they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But sometimes I feel like some folks just need to go out there and try to pave their own way and be original and not copy everything that they see everybody else doing. Especially if what you see someone else doing may work for them and it doesn't work for you. Why do you keep trying to mimic them and be like them? Why don't you, in turn, instead, be yourself? Be original. Be creative. The U.S. Sun here shares that they're going offline. I'm boycotting Walmart after they dropped my groceries off at the wrong place. It took 90 calls to resolve the issue. We talked about this briefly 3 days ago, and how the problem with Walmart delivery, the growing problem, that in my opinion, there's three sides to every story: your side, their side, and the truth. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the truth is that Walmart is going to make a major, drastic change to Walmart Spark. The truth is that this is going to have an impact on the gig workers who are using this as a side hustle, as a means to boost their income, supplement their income, make ends meet, make some extra money. Walmart's going to make a huge change, okay? Not just because of this, but also in addition to the lawsuit that they're in the middle of, this class action lawsuit that they have to treat, or they've been treating these gig workers like employees, but not paying them as employees and providing them with benefits as employees. Walmart's going to be a big talking point for the foreseeable future, really, with a lot of the choices and decisions that they have made, and potentially the problems that have resulted from these choices and decisions, and where we end up after that. Much like we saw this year, they had a huge I think it was like it's $1 billion. I think it might have been $1 billion settlement on some employee discrimination. 2024, we're going to see some more settlements coming out of Walmart, as these more than likely settlements, as they won't take it to court, and they'll just go through mediation and negotiations. And it's going to then trickle down and trickle down and trickle down. And the gig workers, the Spark drivers, the shoppers, the customers, the employees, they are going to feel the pain the most. Interestingly enough, we got some folks out here who, are not entirely thrilled with the idea that they have to work for free at Walmart just to go buy groceries and buy certain things and necessities they need. Now they're getting bombarded, inundated with targeted ads through this self-checkout, facial recognition, and customer data tracking privacy, invasion of privacy with targeted ads. And now they're going to be throwing Walmart Affirm loans and buy now, pay later debt devices towards the customers. Why doesn't Walmart offer some form of debt solution? Why doesn't Walmart offer some sort of personal finance remedy? They want you broke. The greatest wealth transfer, folks. Get ready for it. The greatest wealth transfer we've ever seen. And this one here from the Daily Dot says that I already don't get paid to check myself out. I'm not working security too. Shopper calls out sign that encourages customers to snitch at self-checkout. Check this out.
I was at a self-checkout the other day that had a sign that said, if you see something, say something. And it wasn't about anything dangerous. It was just about shoplifting. And this was a store that sells food. I'm here to tell you right now, I wouldn't say anything. And there are very few times in my life that I wouldn't say anything, but this is one of them.
So it says that self-checkouts aren't the only service shifted to the customers. Now companies have posted signs asking people to report suspected shoplifters. They're actually going to ask you to unload the truck and stock the shelves for them too. But maybe they'll hand you a mop and a broom, tell you to clean up, sweep the floor. And the crazy part about it is, you know what they say: snitches get stitches. All I'm saying. And I can only imagine the TikTok videos of brawls in Walmart self-checkout kiosk areas with the assisted checkout helper who are looking over your shoulder, breathing down your back because they think you're stealing stuff, and then you're going to get stopped at the door anyways. Multiple layers of security here. It's like they have all these layers of security instead of just literally bringing back cashiers. Just literally bring back cashiers. Problem solved. But I can only imagine the amount of viral clips that'll be breaking out on TikTok as a result of tattletales in the self-checkout, pointing fingers, and the fights that are going to break out. It's going to be wild. It's going to be epic. Many companies have cited shoplifting as a primary reason for closing locations across the country. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday with Target. Not exactly what they want you to believe, not exactly as it may seem. But Walmart has shut down some stores in some key high crime areas, or they just, in my opinion, demographically disadvantaged and segregated and discriminated against and systemically held back and held down. My thoughts, my opinions, it is what it is. I get it. Not everybody's going to agree with me. I know. Don't light me up in the comments. I'm just sharing some thoughts and opinions. We don't have to see eye to eye on everything. And just because you don't necessarily believe the information that I'm sharing doesn't mean that it isn't actually happening. I'm just putting it out there like that. But I think that a lot of these folks that do try and counter and pretty much disprove and discredit what I say, it's like, well, maybe you need to wake up. Just saying. They've also increased the number of items locked in cases. And thank you so much. I really do appreciate all of you. I do. Trust me. I just want to make sure I let you guys know how much I really do appreciate you guys and your support. And it's not because you agree with me and you like the videos and you subscribe, but it's because we can have these conversations and talks and discussions as rational adults and human beings with the level of IQ and intelligence that we possess to formulate a strategy and plan and prepare moving forward based on what we know, based on what we've seen, based on history, because history often repeats itself, and ultimately the goals that we have set out for ourselves in the future. So thank you guys for that. I really do appreciate it. And you entertaining my conversations and listening to me yap on these videos all the time. So thank you. I hope that they provide value. And if you need, feel free, reach out. My info is below. Recently, companies have tested new technologies like smart shopping carts and self-servicing locking cabinets to combat organized retail theft. Hire more employees. Treat the employees with dignity and respect, and provide them with a living wage. Make them feel proud about the job that they're doing. And I can guarantee you will see a huge improvement overall in all these problems that you have, Walmart. That's as much advice and tips as I'm going to give you, Walmart. Unless you want to hire me as a consultant and put me on your payroll. But regardless of a reason, people should be careful when shoplifting, according to the Daily Dot. Companies like Walmart and Target often allow small-scale theft to occur so they can gather evidence against the customer. The common method of these superstores is to wait until someone steals around $750 so they can slap them with grand theft. And you may be asking yourself, well, how is this possible? It's possible because they are tracking you, and they have been tracking you. They're using facial recognition technology, albeit unscrupulously, illegally, unethically. They're using it, and even Rite Aid got busted for it. Y'all need to go check out that video. And that's how they're doing it, okay? So please do not be shocked and alarmed when it's made abundantly clear that they are tracking us, okay, in more ways than one. And if you really want to think about it, if you think about what they have allowed to slip out and share now, it should really probably keep you up at night to think, okay, well then, if that's what they're letting us know now, then what are they actually doing, and what are they actually capable of, and what are they actually planning that they won't tell us now? You see what I'm saying? Walmart, this is Alabama.com, I guess, AL.com news. Walmart extends the return policy for holidays. Essentially, they're eliminating the standard return policy. Walmart is eliminating this for the holidays. Here's what you need to know. And that Walmart stores will be closing today, Christmas Eve, at 6 p.m. And will be closed all day on Christmas. Walmart said returns are available for nearly everything the store sells, and to facilitate returns, the company is extending its return policy. Typically, items sold and shipped by Walmart can be returned or replaced when available by mail within 90 days of receipt. The same goes for in-store purchases 90 days from receipt. So a lot of these orders aren't being delivered because they're being stolen. They're being stolen out the back of trucks driving through Memphis, Tennessee. They're being stolen off of people's porches. They're being stolen by the delivery drivers themselves. But the key here is that it says Walmart said returns are available for nearly everything the store sells. And the nearly everything is if you order something from Walmart.com, but they don't actually sell it, they just facilitate the transaction, they're not going to take that return. It has to go back to the original seller. And even at that point, Walmart's not a reseller. They're more of a middleman broker who takes a piece off the top. So odds are you would probably see a restocking fee on top of that return, which means that you're not going to get your full return. You're probably going to have to pay return shipping. Just putting it out there, just a heads up. If you want to know how to identify the difference between ordering online from Walmart.com and it coming from Walmart, and ordering online from Walmart.com and it coming from someone else, let me know. If there's enough interest, I'll make that video. In addition to how that will affect you and how much you have to repay and how it will affect your credit if this purchase was made online using their Affirm Buy Now Pay Later BNPL loan service, which is shocking in itself on how that works, but I'm not going to get into that on this video. For the holidays, most items purchased in-store or online from October 1 to December 31 are returnable until January 31, 2024. And this can differ for marketplace sellers, so check ahead for those purchases. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Marketplace sellers, check ahead for those purchases. So if you need to know more, let me know. And honestly, it seems admirable on Walmart's part, but we already know how much returns cost these retailers to process. So I would expect to see some sort of reluctancy on their part to offer refunds and returns because of how much it costs them. But who knows? Maybe Walmart could be instituting a similar policy of a returnless refund. Just keep it, and they actually give you your money back, and you can keep the product. Odds are those are going to be lower price products. But if you've ever had that happen at Walmart or Target or anywhere for that matter, let me know. Drop a comment. Have you ever tried to return something and they said no? You keep it. Here's your money back. I'm just kind of curious if anybody's experienced that. And also, if you would, please smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. I'm trying to reach 100 trillion subscribers. So if you guys would subscribe, that would help me out a lot. I really do appreciate it. You can get a cash refund if the value of your item is less than $10, but we'll get a Walmart gift card if it's over $10. So remember that for cash refunds as well. Another return note, it's always best to keep your packaging and any receipts. It can make the returns easier. You can also save your receipt by scanning the paper receipt into your Walmart app, which is yet just another way to track you, folks. But hey, 6 one way, half a dozen the other. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Murphy's Law, whatever you want to call it. If you think you need to scan your purchases in the app, if you're going to pay cash and you want to scan it in the app so they can track you, that's one thing. But if you want to have the ability to make the return later without the, whatever. Also, boycotting Walmart after they dropped my groceries off at the wrong place. It took 90 calls to resolve the issue. I think this is just going to continuously be a growing problem in the future. And I would never order groceries from Walmart. I would never do it. I don't really know how else to describe it. I'm probably the last person who's going to order anything from Walmart, and there's a variety of reasons for that. I'm not going to get into it. A furious Walmart shopper has vowed to boycott the retailer after there seemed to be a mix-up over their grocery order. And again, if I were, no matter what, I'm using a credit card. I'm using American Express. I'm getting protection for my order, my purchase. It's just smart. It's just good practice to have that safety net and added belt and suspenders protection with all the problems that are happening left and right. And these are the ones we hear about. Can you imagine the ones that we don't hear about? You see what I'm saying? The customer claimed their shopping had been dropped off at the wrong location, and it took dozens of calls to resolve the issue. They revealed they had received a message saying their shopping had been delivered, but the boxes and bags were nowhere to be seen. It turned out the groceries had been delivered to the wrong address. And the customer claimed, Mora Yoda, I don't know how to say the name, claimed it took around 90 calls to get a refund on their order, which totaled $80. Walmart's putting a lot of people to work. Shopping and convenience and customer satisfaction is at an all-time low. And now you have to go in the store, and you have to check out your own stuff. You have to moonlight as a security guard and risk your life trying to, help Walmart protect their bottom line, their profit, and they're, being part of their loss prevention team that's not going to put anything in your pocket. And now, if you're going to place an order online, now you have to spend the rest of your life on hold with customer service trying to literally get your order refunded because it didn't even show up, or it was stolen, or it was lost. They blamed it on the GPS, and the shopper seemed to be dumbfounded by the delivery driver's error. They fumed. How could a driver get lost in a clearly marked neighborhood? It actually happened to me one time, and we had a service. It was True Green. And they were doing lawn spraying for the lawn to keep it green and keep the weeds down and all that stuff. It's a waste of money. It's a terrible idea. And ultimately what happened was they did about 3 or 4 treatments, and we weren't really excited about the treatments, but it is what it is. And then the next treatment, they didn't do it. And I was like, hey, are y'all going to come do the treatment? And they were like, no, we can't find your house. I said, well, that's kind of odd because you found my house the first 3 or 4 times to do the treatment. And they said, well, do you have any way that we could identify your house to make sure it's your house? I said, Well, yeah, if you just like drive down the street and look at the mailbox, it'll have the address number on it, and that's my house. Oh, well, the driver said that it was really hard to locate. I said, well, your driver sounds like a complete buffoon, because you literally turn off the main highway into my neighborhood. I am the fourth house on the right. The neighborhood is literally one street. If you couldn't find my house the first time you went by, you'd go down to the cul-de-sac and turn around, and you'd have to pass it again to leave. Oh, well, yeah, is there a way that you can mark it so that we know it's your house? I said, no, I can't, because I can't do your job for you. So I tell you what, just go ahead and cancel my service. So I'm not saying this is the same situation, but I do have to wonder, how could a driver get lost in a clearly marked neighborhood? I'm just saying. But they urge drivers to call the customers when arriving at a home before dropping off groceries. And again, I've been in a role of delivery service, and drivers are drivers. They are not customer service. Most drivers are not going to call with any sort of urgency or enough notice or heads up that it's a novel idea, ain't gonna work. Walmart has recommended shoppers should look at the delivery confirmation photo if they cannot find their order, but it has been delivered. And I don't know about you guys, but I get delivery confirmation photos that are the least helpful photos ever, because there's no way I could ever tell where they were delivered. It's like the most zoomed in photo ever, or blurry. It's like, how am I supposed to know that this is delivered to my house and not just sitting in your driveway? And then also, Amazon is guilty of this. Sometimes I get a delivery photo, sometimes I don't. I don't know what the process is for that, but that's just how it seems to work out. If they cannot recognize their home, they can request a refund online. More and more refunds are going to be processed, or at least requested. And the more refunds requested, the more money Walmart loses, and the more changes they make, and then the more delivery drivers they axe and slash and cut, the more layoffs ensue, and the more and more we go around and round this merry-go-round until, when does it stop? Nobody knows. Walmart has recently come under fire from furious self-checkout shoppers and customers who have been asked to show their receipts when they leave the store. Again, remember, they have multiple stages of security here. And receipt checks have become a source of controversy among some shoppers who feel the inspections are offensive. And that's after you played the role of security guard in self-checkout, but then you go to leave the store and they don't trust you. If you see something, say something. Snitches get stitches. We want you to be our self-checkout, universal employee, but before you go, we're going to need to see your bag and your receipt. Make sure you ain't stealing nothing, okay? In a video shared by Carmen, she was stopped at a store's exit and fumed. It was almost like they were singling me out for the receipt. Do I look like a thief or what? Walmart revealed staffers intended to check receipts to try and prevent theft, which in the long run keeps prices low for customers. And I got to tell you guys, typically, I'm going to be the one who's going to get stopped and asked for a receipt walking out of Walmart. Usually, I'm just saying. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason or connection, correlation, but I don't think that there's a universal policy here on who they're supposed to stop or how many people they're supposed to stop. I think it's more of a profile and a stereotype. One shopper known only as Mike demanded a refund after he was asked to show his receipt, and Mike was infuriated at staffers thinking they couldn't trust him. Workers have reportedly been told they shouldn't enforce receipt checks if a customer refuses, but we'll see how this one plays out. I think this is going to continue to be a thorn in their side, a sticking point for Walmart, and ultimately lowering the overall satisfaction of shoppers and potentially being a huge drawback for Walmart that they're going to have to try to continue to recover from. And it just almost seems like they're allergic to making smart and wise decisions that's going to be in the best interest of the customers and the company. But what do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Let me know. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, a very safe and happy New Year. Thanks for watching. Until next time, you guys take care. Be safe. I'll see you real soon. Bye.
can't tell you my problems, meditating my silence. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake friends gon' pop.